What's up, my crew members? My name is Andrew from the Superhero Crew, and I'm here with Coach from the Superhero Crew, and we are going to be talking about with What's Up with Mr. Miracle. Alright guys, so basically we're going to have like we're just going to talk about the Mr. Miracle series that is out right now by Tom King and Mitch Gerads. 3 issues are out for the month of October so far. The 4th issue will come out in November, obviously. So, I guess let's talk. So, what do you think? And also, I just want to say, spoilers ahead, that we are going to talk about spoilers for this series. So if you don't want anything spoiled for you, go read it, then come back. If you don't care,
or go to the end and tell you what we think about it, and then you go read it and then watch the rest of it.
Yes. So, let's talk about Mr. Miracle. So what do you think about this series so far?
Honestly, this series so far, so it's 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yes.
We got 3 of them.
Out of 12, it's going to be a 12-issue maxi series.
I just the way I see it is this should not be a maxi series. This should just be a series that goes on. Because I've been reading like Mr. Miracle, The New Gods, all that stuff, Dark Side, everything, for a long time. And like Mr. Miracle was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't a new god, but he wasn't like unpowerful. And then he married Big Barda, and they finally gave him a good book. And he had his own series a long time ago, and I loved it. And I loved it. Now it's almost like as time goes on, the comics evolve and the stories evolve, and it's more like real life. So like it seems the trend in comic books is, it used to be like, oh, there's Superman. What a swell guy, right?
Yeah.
Back then. Now it's like, oh God, you guys, I know you saved me, but you wrecked my store.
Yeah.
It's like, what would happen if superheroes were here right now?
Yeah. And
this fits in perfectly. It's like they're a married couple. He's got a job, but the Highfather has to call him in. So
yeah,
that I really like this. I mean, it's like, I can't wait to get the next issue.
Yeah, and I am really enjoying this series, but I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. It shouldn't be an ongoing series. Reason being, I feel that Tom King has a story that he wants to tell, that it needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. You know what I mean?
Issue 13, they start a beginning, then a middle, and then
yeah,
an end.
but I think if you make it an ongoing series, it might ruin it. Like Tom King wrote Vision. I read all 12 issues of Vision. I know you didn't read it, which, by the way, if you didn't read Vision by Tom King, it's really good. You should check it out.
I'm going to read it, and then we'll I guess we'll talk
yeah, we
about
can talk about that too. But it was 12 issues. Very good. If he kept going with, and I'm not going to say what happened at the end, because of spoilers for him. But if it continued after,
I understand a story needs a beginning, a middle, and an end. I got you.
End to end. You know what I
mean? But
I'm
saying the writing style in this, if they do another maxi series with a whole nother premise and a whole nother arc, would be good. The only thing is, in this there are some finality in certain things, which I guess we'll get to.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the art real quick. What do you think about the art in this?
You know what? It's one of those things where it's almost like it's a pencil sketch, and it's very gritty, and it's good because it's very gritty. But then there are parts where it's like the lighter portion of it. It's light, and then when it gets gritty and like dirty and warlike and stuff, it's even more dark.
Yeah.
And the style stays the same, but it looks like it's more pencil than ink, and the colors are great, and I think it's great. It's a different thing. It's not like it's hard to say. It's not bad. Yeah. It's polished, but it's not polished. Yeah. It's like you can see the lines that they're not like perfect lines, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it is very weird. Like
even that first picture, right?
Yeah, even here.
It's almost like an Andy Warhol painting.
It's very weird, but I do like how in certain segments where it looks like it's a static TV station broadcast.
Well, this whole first issue is all him going back and forth, memories and
So
flashbacks and Darkseid is.
Yeah, so I guess let's do this. Let's talk about what we thought about each issue individually, and then we'll talk about what we think is going to happen in the future. So issue 1, personally, I was a little like I read it and I was like, oh, interesting take on Mr. Miracle. From like the Jack Kirby days, you know what I mean, where it was like, hello, this and that.
But you got to remember back in the 50s, everything was innocent.
Yeah, no.
And then there was also a comics code where, they would never really punch a guy in the face and make him bleed. It was always like a body blow, or it would be this, with the swing, and the guy would go flying. So
yeah, because you look at this page, and then you come to the second page, and then he's all bloody. And he's all messed up.
He opened up his wrists.
Yeah, and I was like, Jesus, it's really gritty. And then I realized, oh my God, it's actually a rated M for mature readers book, which I didn't even realize. So it doesn't have the Young Animal imprint or like the Vertigo imprint, which hasn't been on the books for years. Like it says it has the DC imprint, which is very interesting and cool, and I like that a lot.
But they push the envelope of adult content.
Yeah, this is a mature book right here,
Right.
So first issue, what did you think about it? The first issue? Yeah.
And, but the thing was, it was a lot of flashbacks, and what happens is it seems like there's a mantra that Darkseid is. And has dots after dot. And it just was like something would happen, Darkseid is. Something would happen, Darkseid is. Something would happen, Darkseid. And then at the end of the book, it was there a lot.
And then you get the big black page here that says Darkseid is. And I love, they make a joke about that in the third issue. It's like, Mr. Miracle's like, Darkseid is. Well, I wonder what that means. I don't know, it might be something cool, something that people might think is cool, but it has nothing, it actually means nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which, now that I think about it, I'm like, I think that's might be true, because maybe it doesn't even mean anything.
But that's like
or maybe it means something.
That's like an Eastern philosophy thing, that when people meditate, they give them a mantra to say, and it really doesn't have a meaning except to the person that's saying it. And you're not supposed to say it, and you're supposed to say it over and over again, and that's how you meditate.
Yeah.
So maybe that's kind of a thing, because really, when they were in the dungeons with Granny Goodness, like his whole thing was he was supposed to be able to get out of anything. So she put him in these puzzles, they would call them, but they were really like sadistic traps, and that was the mantra that he'd have to stay to get out of it.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's just something that they're bringing back, which is actually really, really sweet.
Yeah. So first issue, really good. Second issue, what do you think about the second issue?
That was crazy.
I
know what you're saying about like it being a big arc, but the thing is that they're doing stuff in here that really it changes the way things are. Like I know we want to get to this part, but I know that in issue 2, Orion is now Highfather.
Yeah, because Highfather is dead apparently.
Well, how did Highfather die? We don't know.
Yeah. Apparently, because Darkseid is the anti-life equation, which is a big deal. So now there's a war between Darkseid and the New Genesis. But I love the part. I gotta bring this up. I love the part where Metron just shows up.
Right, and so him and Barda are sleeping.
Yeah, and Barda's like, oh yeah.
He says, Scott Free, who's Mr. Miracle, says, hey, Metron's here.
Yeah.
And then Barda says,
and Barda's like, oh, just tell him it's late.
Tell him it's late.
Yeah.
Tell him it's too late. And you can't hang out.
Yeah, and I love that. And then at the end, Mr. Miracle and Big Barda are supposed to go and...
Well, they get called back by Orion,
yeah.
who's the new Highfather, and they're both generals leading the armies against Darkseid's armies that are attacking New Genesis.
Mr. Miracle and Barda have to go and basically kill Granny Goodness, and while Granny Goodness and Mr. Miracle are talking, Big Barda just beats the crap out of her and kills her.
Right. He slams her over the head and starts beating her with her staff.
Yeah.
And so that is.
And now that makes you realize, wow, this is not in continuity. This is like it's in its own corner of the DC universe, which is really cool. Like I said that in Comic Talk episode 1, like about Ragman, that it's not it doesn't seem like it's within the DC universe. It just seems like it's its own.
It's like
thing.
it stands alone.
Yeah.
And like killing Granny Goodness, they've been trying to kill her for years. I mean, in the Jack Kirby days, but she always seemed to manipulate her way out of it, and it was never. She never had a thing where she would overpower somebody or anything, because in and of herself, I don't think she's that powerful. But she's so manipulative that she brainwashes them, and it's like, oh, you don't want to kill Granny, you know, and her name is Granny Goodness, but she's the most evil, sadistic thing next to Darkseid.
Yeah. Then issue 3. What do you think about issue 3?
It just built on issue 2. It's like, but the thing is, every issue is like something happens. I have to get the next issue, because if I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and then Forager comes and like. It's weird because he's like yo, Orion's being a weenie, so
well, something's up with Orion. Orion's always been very abrasive, but now he's got power. Yeah, and I think Highfather was the one who kept him in check. Yeah. So now they're saying, listen, it's weird because Barda and Miracle are living on Earth, and he's still like doing shows. He's like the escape artist, and they go back to New Genesis for back and forth, and now Forager shows up and says, "Oh, he's doing this. Orion killed our queen. They're like bugs.
The bug.
And did that, and then Lightray comes back and ends up killing Forager.
Well, he takes him through like a weird portal, so we're just assuming he's dead.
I'm assuming he's dead, but then
And then here's the part where like you see this, the 9 I like how the pages are structured, where a lot of the books are 9 panels, to fit. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of stuff going on.
You don't really see that. You know what I mean? Where it's like
there's a lot of splash pages, but not, this is more story.
Where like one panel would take up these 2 boxes, these 2 panels. Usually that's how it is now, but there's a lot of 9-panel pages, and I like that. But here's the part where it's Darkseid is. And Scott Free's like, Darkseid is. Everyone says that, but what does it mean? I bet it doesn't mean anything. People just thinks it sounds cool.
Like I said, the mantra.
Yeah, and it does sound cool, by the way.
And then at the very end of the episode, or of the issue, he goes to talk to Orion because he's having these things, and Granny spoke to him, and he thinks that the anti-life equation is inside of him. Yeah. And Orion asks him, what is God, have you seen the face of God?
Which is actually in the first issue.
Right. And he just beats the living hell out of him.
Yeah. And that happened in the first issue too, which was kind of cool. It was like, damn, Orion just beat the crap out of Mr. Miracle. That was pretty cool.
But I think this setting you up because Orion knows the full potential of Mr. Miracle. Yeah. And maybe he can't face the fact, because Orion's always been the baddest of the bad. Mm-hmm. He was the toughest of the tough. And now maybe Miracle's starting to realize there's some kind of power inside of him that he doesn't know about. Because he really doesn't have any overt power. You know what I mean? Like, like Orion could go through, a concrete wall, but Mr. Miracle's more of a finesse guy. And I think, it's going to reveal something in his power. Yeah. But at this point in issue 3, we don't know. We're 3 issues in, and it's like, there's so many questions. So it's really like, it's really going to be a good series, I think.
Yeah. So, overall, we like the series, don't we?
I honestly, rating time, 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. I don't think anything in this world is perfect. Mm-hmm. So I would have to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Just the whole series. You can't say something's perfect.
I can't. The reason I say 10 out of 10 is because I really like it.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to it. The other ones that come out like, oh yeah, this came out. This is like, all right, when's it coming out? November 15th? Okay, I gotta be there November 15th.
Yeah. But like, I honestly, I say 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10.
You would be wrong.
All right, well, there you go. So, all right, guys. So, I just want to do a discussion here about Mr. Miracle. And obviously, we really like it. So, stay tuned because we will obviously have comic talk coming out. And in that, we'll be talking about Mr. Miracle number 4. So, stay tuned for that.
But if you've read it, are we on ball? Are we off? Are we thinking correctly? Are we not thinking correctly? What do you guys think?
Yeah, so let us know, comments below, and tell us if we're wrong, and if you think the series is terrible and why. If you agree with us, tell us why also. So Anything else to add?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Alright guys, so if you liked the video, please like and comment below and give us some more insight about this series and what you guys think, and subscribe for more comic-based videos. And we will see you in the next one.